Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. I just watched a really bizarre movie. It's called Taeter Burger, Taeter Burger, and it's a 2023 film. Came out in October of 2023. It is action sci-fi. I don't know why IMDb doesn't have horror tagged on that, and I guess that's the movie people responsibility to tag that. It's definitely horror. Um, it's an Italian film. It's set in the year 2161. One android and three employees of a human meat fast food chain must fight an army of terrorists created mutants. It's crazy, but it's fun. Directed by Giulio De Sante and Tiziani Macala, and they both are credited with writing. Not going to go into all of the characters. There are a lot of different characters that either are the fast food burger place. I wouldn't call it fast food, but yeah, I have to read a more extended storyline and try not to give like too much too much spoiler away. But again, in the year 2161, the dictatorship of a newly formed small American state, Taeter City, has lowered the crime rate and solved the hunger crisis by turning criminals into the latest fast food craze served exclusively at Tater Burger restaurants. In this crazy world, an android and three Tater Burger employees must fight for their lives when their restaurant is attacked by a genetically altered terrorist. Robotic traps, crazed cops, the restaurant's malignant manager, and an army of murderous mutants are just a part of the atrocities they must face before they discover the truth behind the terrorist attack. That was written by Daniel Wilder on IMDb, and that is like perfectly synapsing this. This movie is a follow up to Taeter City, and this, I think this is a prequel. Yeah, I wrote that down. This is a prequel. It's told in chapters, but then they kind of like drift away from that. It's funny when movies do that, like, or maybe I just lose whatever the impact was they were intending there to be. They'll start like a movie with chapter one and the title, and then you watch a sequence, and then all of a sudden you forget about that, and then all of a sudden chapter two pops up, and then I lost track. I don't even know that there was more than two chapters because I didn't write it down. Usually I write it down and the chapter numbers. I try to like keep up with that, but I didn't with this one because the movie itself kept me very intrigued. And holy crap, this is Necrostorm, and Necrostorm has like um, this just crazy amount of gore, blood, and violence. They're a splatter fest, and that's what they're known for. And I guess there's a huge following, like a cult following of the Necrostorm production. And man, they deliver. There are so many times where I was just like, "Whoa!" And there's a lot of practical effects. So if you're like a practical effect splattering head exploding person. There's lots of that in this. There's some CGI stuff as well, so don't get me wrong. It's not 100% practical effects, but there is a lot of practical effects of just eyeball stuff and uh, heads exploding and just graphic over the top violence and blood, and it's great because you don't see that as much anymore. Like a lot of movies have dialed back their actual on-screen violence and blood and gore, and because they're trying to appeal to a larger audience. Necrostorm, they know who their audience is, and that is definitely um, played into with this. And if you go to I'm going to go to the official site real quick because there's other movies that I remembered that also have a huge following. Hotel Inferno has a lot of different. There's like up to four different movies of that, and there's a movie called The Mildew. So this is like that over-the-top gore, practical effect, exploding, mindless splatter gore fest. So if you're looking for that, there is even some tit popping and ripping. I wrote down that there was tit popping, and there was. It was so gross. I hope that's not a spoiler for you. And I particularly enjoyed the music in this too. Production value is very good. It's a very bright film, so it's not like bogged down with um, like sometimes a lot of movies will be like dark and shadowy, and you miss some of the um, detail. This one does not do that. It is a very bright. You see all of the gory details. Um, the story itself, it is a second place to the effects and the gore, but the story is still there. You can follow it. I did like it. Did take me a few minutes to like figure out who were androids and who are the employees. But once you figure all that out, it's not that big of a deal, and it doesn't matter because everybody's cannon fodder anyways, and they're gonna explode or be shot by mutants or androids or whatever. Um, there's also an under subplot too about hearing. So there's characters in this that can't hear. That plays heavily into the story as well, and survival rate. And yeah, it's good. I would watch more of this Tater Burger franchise if more of these come out. I will supersize my popcorn to watch another one of these flicks. And yeah, if you want a gore fest, check out Necrostorm's Taeter Burger. I'm probably going to watch Taeter City now, but there is a huge gap because that came out in like 20. What did I say? 2012. Yeah, so go figure. Like here we are, 12 years later with the sequel, prequel, sequel, reboot. Yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the channel, and have a great day.
Row 18, plot 20.